1932 Deuce, and not only any old Deuce. Oh no.
It's got history.
It's got a little history. I'm here, Orange County Hot Rods. That's Mr. Orange County Hot Rods, Aaron.
A fan, which went into the radiator hose, which probably went into the radiator, so we're gonna fix them up, get them back on the road for, where you go? Power Tour?
Hopefully the Power Tour West.
All right.
It'd be fun to meet him.
We're at Orange County Hot Rods. You got Aaron here, and Jim just happened to bring in, what is this thing?
It's a Model 18 Ford. They call it the V8.
They call it the V8. Any history on it?
Yeah, you might say. I mean, you might say there's a certain amount of history. And that car goes back to
Just a little.
1953, when it was built by an 18-year-old kid who lived up by Pasadena. And several years ago, he met Gray Baskerville, and they became like brothers. And then when this guy died, it became Gray's from 1966 to 2002. And that's when he disappeared.
And how long have you had it?
2002 to the present, July to this month.
I would ask you how many miles are on it, but or that you put on it, but
We think somewhere will be around 50, you know, but conservatively.
and what's it here for?
It's here because it finally needed a stretcher. Something happened to a fan or a water pump, and it created a water leak, and the guys here are going to get into it tomorrow and get her done.
And you were shaking it down, getting ready for what?
Oh yes, the Hot Rod Power Tour West.
Seriously.
Seriously? Oh yeah, that's what I drove down here for.
All right.
So
He drove down here for the Power Tour, and since we're pointed that way anyways, this is what I'm talking about. He's gonna drive this thing. Gray's 32. Gray's 32.
stretcher.
Flatbed. Never been on a flatbed
Never.
tow truck.
Oh, you're all good, man.
Yeah.
First time it was ever on a wrecker or flatbed.
First time. Now there is a wonderful. Well, I'll probably tell this story after you shut the camera off.
So
but
first,
it involved
first
a nice
time
lady.
in Orange County Hot Rods. Why not?
Yeah.
Right?
First time for everything.
Yeah, it's true.
So the primer is.
Well, this one I don't know the story, but that's Gray's mom. It was in her carport, and she backed in something. And of course, the left rear fender is a story that goes to Chip Foose. And it wasn't Chip's fault, but he's got a receipt for $1,100 and some where Boyd Coddington made him pay for the repair. Somebody had taken the wheels and tires off the car, put them aside. They were going to do a swap. When they were done, they put the wheels and tires back on, but somebody forgot to tighten the lug nuts. Gray got in the car and drove it down the street. That wheel came off and just absolutely laid waste to the fender.
Oh.
So, yeah, we got. And parts of it went through the wood, and the other part of it went and put a big dent. So that's going to be another.
So does this just lay down, or do you have a rod?
Just lay down. By the way, those louvers in that hood, the louvers. No,
Oh
these,
yeah, top. Yeah.
Those were punched by the guy that invented the go-kart, Art Ingalls,
Oh,
one of the
that-
storied fabricators.
That sounds familiar.
Pretty, Art Ingalls.
Art
Well,
Ingalls.
he and Duffy Livingston were kind of together. See how that's going? See, I think a bearing. But I don't know. Once again, I'm not a tech.
Floating water pump bearing.
That's it?
Is that what it is? I don't know. Once again, somebody taught me.
You can buy it from China.
No, not from there.
We're gonna fix it up with a good USA.
Nice.
It's a little wobbly, so it's probably what happened.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody, when I was a kid, somebody said, I asked him, what do you think? And they said, what do you think? And he made me guess. I said, what? And he said, well, he said, you know, you're going to guess and you may not be right, but it'll teach you something. You know.
Yeah.
We're on our
Yeah.
third. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, you can. Too much, but we want to be sure.
Yeah.
Just took off the bottom a little bit. Just
I think.
slice a couple.
Mm,
It just barely got the radiator, but I think it's enough to slice a couple rows. Just a hairline.
that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because right away, I felt, because the coolant was gone. And I thought, what, did it cut a hose? No, I couldn't find that anywhere. Couldn't. But then I thought, then I looked down there and I thought, oh, Jesus.
Oh, geez.
By the way, that's a matching radiator.
Oh, awesome. All right.
I don't know how old it is. But
Yeah. Okay.
I just love the fact you were driving it.
yes. Always driven. Always. It's a point of pride. Because remember I told you the story,
Air
Jeff?
conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
That's the third alternator that we've had, the second water pump that we've had. Let's see, what else? Because we drive it enough where I think we're on our third set of tires and the fourth battery and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
because
right.
that's what happens when you drive it. So, this thing actually, by comparison here, these things go down, stuff like that. But for an old car like this, which is original, drag link, no cross steer, there's a little bit of bump steer because you got a dropped axle and a drag link setup.
Yeah.
But other than that, this car goes down the highway. I mean, I can go by semis, and how you go by a semi. First thing is it sucks you in and then it pushes you out. I don't know if you felt that, but you just hold on to the wheel.
Coil suspension car like that,
Will it?
you can feel it. Yeah.
Can you feel it moving?
Yeah.
That's where Ford really nailed Chevrolet back when they had the coil suspension. Because I just broke it with the Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Didn't tighten or whatever. So when Gray drove away, it fell off and it just absolutely mangled his fender. And so the story goes, and Chip told me the story.
Yeah.
I'd heard it. He came to me and he said, well, tell Gray I'll fix it. He said, he doesn't want you to fix it. He's pissed at you or something like that. He wants Kiwi Steve to do it. So that's who repaired the fender.
Oh, yeah.
So, And so, and then Boyd gave him the invoice. It was $1,100 and some dollars. I said, can I get a copy of that? Because I'd like to have it as part of the. He said, yeah, I'll get it to you sometime. In fact, he was at Pebble. He was on the lawn notice.
Eric Geiser was saying, he's like, whatever you do, don't touch the primer spots.
Here's one of the things I do. Everybody's got this image of Gray, and it's true. The guy was just, he was the real deal. And so, but if I were to behave inconsistent and act like I had my nose in the air, people, it would really bother because I have this thing in the automobile business. There's a saying: you'll never get somebody to pay for something financially until they take ownership of it. And then there's a closing question, another story. So if people, they walk up and it could be a 35-year-old guy with his kids, and he's standing there trying to explain what the car means, so to speak. And at some point, these are my people.
Yeah.
And the father would say, "No, don't touch it, or don't step on."
Yeah.
I said, and then at that point, I will step in and say, "Well, please, touch it." In fact, if you want to see inside the car, because it's a little kid, step on that running board, and if it's all right with your dad to do that. And then, is it all right? Yeah, and you step on it, you're looking at it. I've invited him to sit in the car because, in a way, it's part of our community, right?
Oh yeah.
And you're fueling that fire.
Huh?
And you're fueling the
I
fire.
got another story about that one. I'm in Sterling, Colorado, in the maroon car.
Right?
I got a maroon. It's terrible. I had left, I'd had lunch and everything. I'm coming down US number 6. It's a 4-lane highway that used to feed into Sterling. But the interstate's right over there. You can see it. And I'm not going. It's about 25, 30 miles. I'm driving down the highway, and it's got this good exhaust system, but it's not really too loud. It's got a resonance period about 2,500. And in 5th gear at 70, it's at 21. So no bullshit, no problem. So I see this Mercury Marquis pull out. The turn signal, he's going into town. Okay, but you watch, because somebody pulls in front of you, you're dead man. So I'm driving down the highway, and I'm another mile down the road, and this Mercury, I'm in number 2 lane, and this Mercury pulls into the number 1 lane. It's an old man with a pork pie hat, and there's a kid looking out the window, kind of like quizzical, looking at the car. Maybe he's 10. Let's call him 10. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give this kid something to remember. So I dropped it down into 4th, I dropped back just a little bit, and I rolled past the passenger door right at the resonance period. And it was like one of those, wow, whoa, like that. And then I pulled it, and then I dropped back, and now the kid's like, whoop. It's like you've infected somebody.
Yeah.
Right? Just like
he'll never forget it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Never forget it.
Oh, no.
There's the fender. So there you go. Once around, a little history. Just happened to show up at Orange County Hot Rods here at Aaron's Garage. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Gray's 32 is part of history. I mean, if you open up the dictionary, that's what's going to be there under Hot Rod. It's been driven, super badass. Check it out. The hood is off. Keith is on his belly just like an otter, working on the iconic Hound of Baskerville.
This one on the Hot Rod magazines too. Remember the old ones? They always had that.
What do you mean the old ones?
The old Hot Rod magazine. You ever see the old ones?
Yeah.
That had the red
Did you see the 75th anniversary cover? This is the cover card for the Hot Rod magazine 75th, and this car. The great Wesley Allison shot this car at El Mirage on a Tuesday, and then he shot my car on Wednesday. That's my claim to, or my car's, yeah. So you're working on it, huh? How does it feel?
Nice.
Can you feel the history, the fans coming off?
Well, it chunked itself out. So his brace broke.
Oh, that's just the brake. Okay, good.
And it caused that to go into
Cabin,
everything.
okay.
So we're taking it apart. Chunked it up pretty good. This brace right here broke. See it? Get the light. The built to use for it.
Just a little brace.
See it?
Wow, yeah.
Or snap.
That's it. Cause the fan to wobble.
Yeah.
Cut up the radiator. For an Orange County Hot Rods. And here, anything is possible. Right?
We do it all.
We do it, they do it all.
With quality.
With quality. A couple little, yeah. Getting fixed at Orange County Hot Rods, come on. Little pinstriping action. Yeah, that's right. I'm in the 32. They let me in. Can you believe it? Pretty cool stuff. Living the dream. There it is, Hot Rod Power Tour West. We are here at Irwindale Raceway. I've got my staff badge, I've got my jacket, check it out, and I've got the hat I'm representing. Let's hop in and head over and see what's going on. We got the big bus. We got the main stage. And pilot transport. All right, let me get a quick picture. All right, we're official. We got the Hot Rod Midway Pass for 23. And none other than NHRA funny car driver Jim Adolph for Shady Glen. That's what Forrest calls you. It's like, get out of the way. With the toter, get the big old motor coach. With the West on there. Where is this going to be parked in Pomona for people to take pictures? Or anywhere for?
That's what this is all about.
Fantastic. So we got the main stage is going to be right there. Big hot rod buses right here.
Oh, you're talking about long haul, right?
Yeah. Everybody wants a picture with this. And if you're nice, Jim may even give you an autograph. Seriously, right? Sure. There it is, Power Tour West. And there's a drag strip and hits in Irwindale. Come on down.